Hello everybody, welcome to Zelda Speedruns, once again with the Legend of Zelda 80% No Up+A Battle for Hyrule tournament. We got game 2 between Iceblue and ImprobableSpork. Commentating for us once again are John Tabin and Dr. Blue. Say hello everybody.
Hey everyone, welcome back.
And welcome on in from Zelda Speedruns 2. I think they're coming in from a Majora's Mask randomizer. Hope you enjoyed that. You're coming into the middle of a Zelda 1 race. A 3-race series. Best of 3 series. And we're on race number 2. Iceblue won the first race, and we will be off. With the second race shortly. Jammed his file select screen briefly, and we're off.
Both runners will be heading to level 3 once again.
Yeah, ImprobableSpork commented in the chat that he doesn't really remember the 2 first routes, so...
One route to learn is definitely plenty in my book.
Well, that's where we differ, my friend, as you know.
Yes, we are like polar opposites in that regard. You will be in a run, you'll be like, let's just switch to 100% run.
Yeah. Let's see how level 3 treats them on the second round. Iceblue once again going bottom route. He gets the first bomb.
Alright, so he's off to the races.
Okay, what ImprobableSpork did, it's actually pretty smart. He killed a Dark Nut, and when the Dark Nut didn't drop that lucky bomb, he flexed to top route. Now you need an extra kill on top route, but usually it's a Keese, so if he just skips the Keese in this key room after the Keese shoot, it'll be the same counts as always, and you can still have that static bomb in the first factor on the way back if he needs it.
Meanwhile, Iceblue gets 2 bomb drops in second factor, sorts down the last Dark Nut, leaves to the raft with a full pack of bombs in his pocket.
This last Dark Nut has a bomb chance. Let's see if it hooks him up. Nope. So he'll have to sword down those last 2 Dark Nuts in first factor.
Yep, and he played the end of that second factor conservatively, sorting down those final 2 Dark Nuts to hold on to 2 bombs.
Yeah, you want as many bombs as you can for manhandle in a race. And last time he went in with 1 and made it out, so don't necessarily want to go double for nothing on that bet.
Ice is 2 bombs in, 1 head to go, and there it goes. Gets his bombs, and he's out. Right, Spork will take care of this last Dark Nut here to get the guaranteed floor drop.
He'll have 3 bombs for manhandle this time, which is a little bit better.
1 whole other heart as well.
Yeah. That's right, he was on half a heart last time, too.
Got it.
Oh, phew. That was a scary... after that 3rd bomb drop, that was a little bit scary. Because if Manhandle, if he gets hit by a fireball or something and doesn't get that bomb, all of a sudden he has to farm on the overworld, because you can't complete 4 without bringing bombs in.
Yep, and he got, I think, about the same time that he got 3x at last race. And now he's off to 4. Iceblue getting a 5er in the Zol room. Wonder if that was intentional. fires, dodging his first bomb in NSU. Never fun when that happens. Spends a second one, and now the last Keese is running away. So only 4 bombs for this room, with probably a lower count than expected. Yeah, sorting down those extra Zols and gels to build a count. Gets his bomb, which is fortunate because he was down to 2. Spork, unfortunately, taking a hit in that Via room, resetting his count, losing beams. Rebuilding his count here in the Zol room, though. That'd be about 9, so that should get him some bombs. There it goes. Iceblue making his way across the ladder clip without too much delay. Has himself a couple extra bombs for the final Via room here, and will likely have a count built up.
Ooh. So ImprobableSpork just took hits because he didn't have beams. It makes the Viars harder to deal with. And what he wanted to do was bomb one and split the rest and not get hit, so he could force on the Zol. He couldn't do that, so he's being a little bit more conservative with his bombs than he was last run because he doesn't have a horse on deck.
Now
he
he's
needs 3 bombs to continue here. Well, he could get out with 2, but he needs 3 to stay on route and not have to scramble later.
It makes it through breakfast to get his ladder. Low health, plenty of bombs.
So questions about counts and chats. When you split a Zol, it may or may not increment the consecutive. You can kind of tell by the sound cue.
Yeah, if you hear the kill sound when you split the Zols, then it increments your kill count. And the split enemies, whether they be gels or red Keese, will also always increment your consecutive counter. The global counter will not increment.
And split enemies was the key word there, because gels that don't split from a Zol and just spawn when you get in the room, and for that matter, Keese that don't spawn from a Vire, those do count for the global count. A lot of nuances to this game. Iceblue getting a bomb force on the Salphos in 1 there, that's nice.
And Spork getting a bomb force in the final Vire room. Now he has to clean these up. Ooh, gets 2 hearts, very nice. Now he's much more secure versus Gliok with enough bombs, so we'll see if he can take him out.
Yeah, still no beams, but at least 3 hearts is nice. Iceblue with a sub-7 bow, which is very good for a race. I'd be happy with that in a PB attempt, but my PB is...
Spork got cornered by one of the floating heads, and it just continuously fireballed him to death.
Yeah, that's too bad. To close the thread on what we're talking about with Malchior in chat, the other Buyers cannot ever add a 3rd split, but Zols can, because they're coded a little differently. So yeah, it's
Yep, there's definite nuance to the room that Spork is about to enter when you're trying to massage your count, either for the NSU room or forcing in this one. There's lots of ways to manipulate it to only kill 1, 2, or 3 to get your count up for bombs or what have you.
Yeah, he got a force on the Zols there. He probably would like... actually, I wonder if he's going to try and force fairies. It's a little complicated with these fires, but... I
believe he's at a fairy count of 11.
Yeah, and if the 5 Vires are back, that could work out for him.
I do believe they will respawn in this case, and he's taking a little shortcut. No need to go get the air key because he already got it.
I was gonna say only the ones he split will respawn. The ones he bombed won't.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, and I didn't remember how many he bombed or split either, so I wasn't sure.
I was trying to think of how many rooms he revisited before getting there, whether it would just completely respawn the room or not.
Well, when their enemy's still alive, they're saved. Same with
True.
Yeah.
It's only if you leave the dungeon that would stop applying.
And split enemies don't really count as killing. So like he split 2 of them and bombed 3 of them, so the 3 were gone, but the 2 were back.
Right, takes the 3/8 heart head hit to dodge some damage there, and makes it out safely through level 4 this time.
Yep. Wins round 2 with Gleok.
Oh, and Iceblue did not get the Armos 30 this time around. He's going for the gold.
And that is aggressive with less than 20 rupees, because, I mean, I guess if worst case scenario, he can get it on the way back. It does change the spawn on one screen with a Doctorok that Slacker likes and everyone else finds annoying.
Yeah, it's nice to have more than 40 leaving this for arrows, but you do need 40 by the time you go shopping after level 5, because you need 140 total. He's making his way up. He got a couple 5ers. Still needs 9 more, and he's at the end of the dungeon. You can force a 5er against these gorillas if you bomb smartly and kill the 10th one with a sword. It's pretty tricky, but he needs more than 5 anyway. This time Dodongo does not behave quite as nicely, but he still leaves with a count of 8 bombs. He just has to find some money somewhere on his way.
Yeah, he did not get particularly lucky with money in that too, so he will have to grab the Armos.
Yep. In a pinch, some runners will kill the lever entering 5 after aligning the global to get the 5er chance. And
yeah, you can try to farm that global. You can clear the room of Zols that's a dark NSU that has a static 5er, and sometimes the Zol will give you a bomb on top of it. But really, you'd like to have your money, especially in a race. You'd like to have your money situation squared away before you worry about other stuff.
And there he goes. Meanwhile, Spork getting 2 bomb drops in the Gorilla room. Pretty bow. Going to go collect that weapon. Iceblue taking a damage boost, totally on purpose, I'm sure, on his way to the Northeast Hundo secret.
Oh, did the fast Octorok hit him? That's exactly that one screen right north of the Armos. That's exactly what I was talking about. It's like,
yeah.
If you get the Armos before 2 and you don't get it after, you just hold up on that screen. It's totally safe. But with the spawn getting the Armos after 2, that fast Octorok's there to deal with.
Yeah, the blue Octo spawned in just as he was crossing the Octo's cloud, and that got him.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. It's one screen, and it's not like challenging enemies, but the spawn being off can really throw your game off.
Yep, we are very used to the patterns, and when those get thrown off, things can get a little zany.
Yeah, and in case anyone doesn't know, lost my train of thought because Slacker made me laugh.
Well, meanwhile, Ice has a count of either 4 or 5. He killed the 2 Gibdo again, got 2 hearts, so he's back to full health as he makes his way towards the recorder room, and Spork making his way across the desert to level 2. Going in with 3 extra keys to his count. We'll see how recorder room behaves this time. Ooh, narrowly escapes damage there, but still holding on to his count. There you go, got his force. Takes a hit, but it's okay.
Yeah, nice cleanup. Once he managed to get the bomb force, that was pretty clean. It just kind of took a while for them to get into position, but
Spork grabbing the Armos 30 on the way to 2. He will not suffer the oddball screen on his way back.
yeah.
Has 6 bombs going in too. Could potentially skip the Gorilla room to save a bit of time. Ice taking a hit, almost made it through the bomb-taking room unscathed there. Alright, Spork killing the gorillas and getting himself bombs. Looking excellent on resources there. Dodongo for Iceblue cooperates, giving him full bombs. And now he has more than enough for arrows or whatever he wants to do in 7. Moldor being generally cooperative there to Spork. The ropes room, not as much. There's a chance for that rope room to go really fast if all the ropes gather up at the north, but in that case, they were just all over the place.
Yeah. It was funny because you never die in 2, but you can lose so much time just to... Like, some of it's mistakes, a lot of it's luck, but it's kind of maddening at all levels. Like, I've heard people going for world record be annoyed by how the high variance into.
Yeah. As you're settling into running the game, at first you'll think it's just a breeze all the time, but then you start to notice that, oops, I lost 10 seconds because of nothing of my own doing.
Or if it was, even 2s that feel fast lose 20 seconds to Slacker. It's totally true. Like, I mean, obviously there's some you can refine your strats to get better, but the thing about this game is we know the spawns, but we don't know what the enemies are gonna exactly what the movement's gonna be because they're it's all timers and random stuff. Meanwhile, Iceblue going for the recorder to the meat shop, which he failed it the first time, and it saves less time than it costs to fail it, but still swaggy.
It's the attempt that counts.
Yeah. I think actually risking giving up time in a race is acceptable if it looks cool.
One day we will factor in style points.
Have a whole style points only tournament. Like you win your race, but who got the most swag stabs and items and stuff? Like, adjust the score that way. Alright, Iceblue going into 7 as ImprobableSpork is a level behind him in 5. ImprobableSpork had a really tough time in level 5 last race for those of us who joined in late, so let's hope it goes better for him now.
Well, free bomb is a good start.
Yeah, gives you one more bomb to work with. You gotta... Lucky there.
Ice with the quick block to not take damage from that boomerang. Going for arrow strats, but very nice. Didn't even use pause strats to buffer it. Cleans up the river room nicely. Spork making his way to recorder room.
Iceblue doing the fireball boost meat strat. That's a relatively new thing Shixel came up with. That reason they do that is because the fireball does significantly less damage than the dig dogger, and sometimes the dig dogger crowds the door. So taking that damage boost speeds up the room and makes it so you're taking half a heart in damage instead of potentially 2.
ImprobableSpork had a much better start to his recorder room there. Got the bomb force immediately, took out a bunch. The last Dark Knight gave him a little trouble, but he gets there without dying this time. Iceblue getting himself a bomb this time around, so he will not leave bombless.
Gives a thumbs up at that bomb on the wall. Yeah, that lucky bomb's actually huge, because if you don't get any bomb drops in 7, you're at the mercy of bomb drops in 6, or else you have to do several more rooms. So getting that bomb and knowing that you're not seeing Gliok in 6 is a good feeling. Meanwhile, ImprobableSpork did get the recorder this time, so already going much better than last run.
And he had a very nice bomb steal in the previous Fort Gibdo room as well. Managed to avoid taking the fatal hit. and Dongos are misbehaving. But he gets the bomb where it counted, gave him a full pack. Iceblue leaving 7 with 3 bombs to his name. More than enough to enter level 6 with. Spork has made his way all the way to the pre-Dig Dogger room.
He's only on...
Ooh! I had to say something, didn't I?
What I was about to say was, if he's only on 2 hearts, he might want to double bomb Dig Dogger for safety, which creates a risk of running out of bombs and having to do stuff that's slower later, but at least we get him out of 5. But in that case, if Pulsevoice jumped on him and took 2 hearts away immediately and killed him, so...
It may still consider that double bomb if he gets all the way up there with 3 hearts again. He has tons of money. He could easily buy an extra set of bombs at the shop if he wants to.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I either hadn't noticed or forgot how much money he has. So yeah, definitely double bomb in this situation. You can buy bombs at the shop and still have 19 arrows. No reason not to.
Yeah, and spawns don't even change either, if I recall.
As long as you don't clear the Octrox on the corner of the lake, yeah, re-entering the shop won't change the spawns.
Yep. So now Spork is down to a single heart, which doesn't honestly change much because everything in here except Beamos does 2 hearts damage, and he takes another death to the Gibdos.
Ooh. Should be a little less hard to get through than the recorder room, but hopefully he doesn't. He said after the last race that the recorder room was affecting his mental health. Hope he's keeping it together here, because this can be super unnerving.
Meanwhile, Iceblue gets into level 6 a little bit later than the previous race, but still a very solid time. Gets bombs in the what people have started calling the chapel.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when people switched from 527 routes to 257 routes. I mean, which have existed for years, but they became more popular once the recorder came in and made that the fastest route. It became much harder to carry bombs through the mid game. So a lot of times in that room, you're praying for bombs. Hence, during his sub 30 push, Fred Coughlin dubbed that the chapel. Now, Iceblue out of the grid room. All right, let's see if ImprobableSpork can get out of his way, you dumb bunnies.
All right, makes his...
All right. Ooh, that Big Dogger spawn's scary.
Yeah, I could have moved right down on him, and he is indeed double bombing this. Oh, he missed the first bomb. Got the second one. Dig Dogger takes unfortunate for Dig Dogger, fortunate for Spork. Steers right into the bomb's explosion, getting Spork out of level 5.
I don't know if anyone in chat's rooting for Dig Dogger, but nice to be even-handed there.
Ice made it through most of 6. He's on kind of low health. He'll survive. Not like Goma's going to do any damage to him.
Yeah, the refill hurts, but it's a race, and he's way ahead, so not a huge concern. Although even now, I'm sure he cares a little bit about how good a time he gets. Always want to do your best.
Spork up to go shopping. Tons of money. We'll see if he makes an extra trip. Iceblue is not doing the tricorder into 6 though. Yeah.
The Schick 6. Schicks will, you can enter, you can blow the whistle to change your recorder count as you enter the level 6, the same as you see people doing at the meat shop, and it buffers the Armos wake time and also eliminates the animation of Link entering and exiting the level, which is the reason we go in. Part of the reason we go in through the Armos at 5. Eunice was doing some routing and pointed out even in glitchless categories when you're coming into level 5 from the bottom instead of from the side, so the Armos is closer. Even if you're coming from the bottom, it's still a little faster to walk over and go through the Armos. And when when Chixel heard that from Eunice, he was like, "Wait a minute!" And he did the math on level 6, and so we can't do quite what the task does, which is kind of clip into an Armos and enter the and enter that way. But we can enter that way on this route, not on all routes. But if you whistle up after 6, then it works and saves a little time. And I'm not sure how many people are doing that in races. I know Green Mario will, and a lot of people think it's half a second, so who cares? But it's pretty easy. So
I do it because if I don't, I will absolutely miss whistle leaving 6.
Yeah, that's actually a big thing too. If you keeping your whistle counts consistent from runs is very helpful because it's easy to get lost.
Meanwhile, Iceblue had a pretty good Blue Lagoon 1, average Blue Lagoon 2. He's on his way to Gleeok. Spork on his way through level 7. He did, in fact, buy the extra pack of bombs, so he entered with a full count.
Yeah, good play.
On his way, Iceblue goes to level 9. He's got himself a typical bomb count. Not too much slower than his previous race. Still a very respectable race time building here. Worth noting, too, that since ImprobableSpork basically entered level 7 with an extra bomb, he has enough to make it through level 6 if he happens to get completely unlucky here.
Yeah, assuming he doesn't miss a wall.
Yeah,
let's not curse him. There's only one. There's only. Oh, he's gonna be fine. Even if he does miss a wall, he's gonna be fine.
He did get himself a fairy there, which came in handy. Meanwhile, Iceblue dodging a whole lot of Lionel beams and managing to avoid them all, which is great.
Iceblue loses beams, which is kind of a bummer. You can a lot of rooms in 9 are faster with beams.
Like this one, for instance, when all the enemies split left and right. Oh, and he takes a bubble too, and sacrifices a bomb to not wait for that bubble timer to expire.
Yeah.
Spork getting himself a lucky bomb there. Gonna leave with a nice cozy 4 bombs. Ice getting leftist Patra there, stranding himself.
Yeah, Patra moving left makes it much harder to clip through, and he just bails and opts to kill him, it looks like.
Yep, takes a second hit from Patra, which is not the most ideal. He does take the free bomb pack as a reward for taking the time to do that.
Yeah, if you have to kill part of Patra 1, you might as well finish him off and take the extra bombs.
Gonna use a couple here in next room to try and speed things up a bit. And he gets through that damage list, so he's gonna leave this room with a count of 5. He may not care about bombs and just go for a 5-er. He might try to build up to a fairy force by the time he gets to reverse C.
Yeah. A fairy would help more than a bomb at this point, although you're not going to say no. But...
It looks like count was off by 1, yeah.
Yeah, he made a puzzled face after that, so...
I'm kind of puzzled, too. 5 next room, 2 keys downstairs, and then he killed 3 Zols with that bomb.
He must have taken a hit that he and all of us missed, but...
Yeah, it must have been.
Game's weird.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something like
there's some like the Zelda 1 Discord has a clips channel where a lot of it's like what the heck just happened, like because you will encounter things you do not expect running this game, because even if you, like, it's not possible to know all the weird stuff that can happen until it's happened to you, so...
Yeah, there's like pages of technical information on Red Candle, and it just details all the weird edge cases that can happen. Like you can double kill to double increase your consecutive against one enemy, for example. A very rare scenario, but that can technically happen if you kill something with 2 weapons on the same frame.
Yeah, there was a clip where Why Must You Hate Me had an overkill on a Gibdo going into 5 because of that phenomenon, which he'd never seen before, and he's almost a sub-30 runner. Speaking of Why Must You Hate Me, he will be facing the winner of this match.
Ooh, and Iceblue, having trouble with the reverse clip, takes a orange Wizrow beam. Still at a fairly comfortable health level here, even in taking the typical bop there. Can't play too loosey-goosey, but shouldn't have too much trouble given typical rooms, which level 9 always delivers on. That like did not go north on him that time. Lucky him, because he did not move out of the way. Just going for broke. Spork clearing out Magical Breakfast 1. Had a typical click and having 4 bombs to his name, 3 now, as Iceblue gets his way towards Patcher 3. Well, after 1 more transition room. Having to take the damage boost again. No Grey Swag this time. Not for a lack of trying, though. Alright, down goes P3. Spork got a bubble hit in MB2 there, which slowed it down a bit. There's another one. Just to wait out that 5-ish second timer. And Iceblue gets Ganon. Oh, misses the final stab. Gets him right in the middle there. And down goes Ganon. GG's out for Iceblue.
And that is a race time of 31:03. Very nice. We got two excellent race runs by Iceblue. Let's see if ImprobableSpork can finish this one off.
Spork hesitating a bit there, not necessarily because of nerves. He was typing in the race room chat.
Oh.
Giving his GGs over to Iceblue.
Hello.
Well, hi there.
Hello.
Speaking of Iceblue, GG, sir.
Yeah. I am not happy with the performance in that second race, but...
I mean, it's still a low 31. That's a pretty good race time. But yeah, I know at your level, you want to do a little better.
That 9 was just, I don't know. It's getting chased by bubbles in 6 and in reverse C.
Definitely worked out in the end, though, for sure. The first race especially, where you had a solid sub-30 chance, leaving level 8 even.
Yeah, and then I got bubbled a couple of times in Silver's room, and it was bad. But I had both my runs had really good Olive Garden, so I can't complain.
Yeah, they behaved for you quite nicely there, and that's one of the real stress points in a race in particular.
Yeah, I was very worried about the first race with bombs against Manhandla.
And ImprobableSpork takes a death in level 8. Fun thing about level 8 is all of those dark nets come back when you take a death, so he's going to throw in the towel and not try to fight his way through that. And he says he needs a minute to set up audio, and he'll be in here in a minute.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Level 8's brutal. But yeah, I was very happy with the run in my first race. Second race, I felt level 9 was sloppy. I also got left Patrid, so I just killed him.
Yeah, just take the free bombs and spend them in next room. Very good.
Yeah, I apparently overcounted. I thought I took a bop when there was like 2 orbitals left, or like 1 orbital left, and I miscounted and I overbombed in the Zol room, and I was like, okay, I messed up my counts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it for sure. We were also a little puzzled because
the Patcher satellite confusion
Yeah.
does explain it. Yeah. We were saying he must have gotten hit somewhere where we all missed, but
Yeah, it was just the other way around. He just had a much higher count because we assumed you had a 0 count entering next room.
Yeah, I think I had killed 1 orbital plus Patra. Then I killed... No, it must have been 2 orbitals plus Patra. Because I killed the 5 Wizrobes, and then I killed 2 Keys. And that set me at 10, because the first bomb dropped a 5-er.
And for those who don't know, the thing about that room is it's Zol's a rupee group, and the rupee group has the highest drop rate, and there are 2 random 5ers there. And so there's a very, very good chance of getting a 5-er that isn't the Force, and it's really scary and very confusing.
Yeah, I've had plenty of runs where like I'm like, oh yeah, let me just do this, and then I bomb it, a 5-er drops, and I'm like, wait, I was like, my count was like 7, and then I was like, I bombed again, and there was a bomb, and I was like,
Oh yeah, that wasn't the Force. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I have long since learned to just trust my gut and trust my count because I've lost like PB pace runs, a PB pace run before on going, oh that was my 10, that was my Force, and I just kept going when it wasn't. It was 9.
I'm glad I didn't play the recorder on the first recorder in the second race, because I saw it spawn like super close. I was like, all right, let's just not play the recorder. I forgot that he knocks you into the into the raft spot, and I was like, well, crap.
Green Mario and Shixel have figured out a way to cancel that fireball, but I think it's frame perfect, and I have no idea how to do it.
Yeah, you have to play the recorder on just the right frame, and it'll kill the fireball from spawning.
Oh, that'd be well, I guess I got some DMs to make here.
Time to make that.
At that point, because if you're waiting for him to spawn the second time, I think then the time save is pretty negligible then.
Yeah, well, I'm not talking about like when the fireball spawns. There's a frame where you can cancel the fireball, so it's like really, yeah, it's real. The timing's super tight.
Yeah, I believe it's literally a frame perfect thing you got to do.
And I think we have ImprobableSpork with us.
GG Spork. Sorry about the Olive Garden in that first race.
Your mic is off, Spork. He's muted in Discord. We'll figure that out. But GG.
No, I'm not.
There he goes.
There I go.
Why are you lying?
Discord. No, Discord. Discord on Linux is something else. GG. Those were hex of runs. I even tonight was not my night, but even if it had been my night, there's no way I'm going to keep up with that. That was really solid.
Yeah, GG's. Sorry about the leading up to the race. Hope everything is okay.
Yeah, everything's fine. Just life is what it is. It didn't really. It actually didn't really affect my performance. It was just one of those nights.
Yeah. And thank you, Iceblue, for accommodating that. By the way.
Yeah, much appreciated. We were supposed to start about half an hour earlier, but I had some.
Oh no, it's absolutely. Look, as someone who has an 8-year-old daughter, I completely understand. So, like, I get it. Kids are a handful sometimes, and they don't go to bed when you want them to. I get that.
Yeah, and they're lots of fun most of the time. I mean, they're lots of fun all the time. Just sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't cooperate when you got other stuff to do.
So coming up later, there's a race between JSR and Tabby Orange going on right now on Speed Gaming 2, but right here on Zelda Speedruns at midnight Eastern, it is Rooslugs versus Endy Endy. So check that race out. That should be a good one.
Ooh, we have Rooslugs versus one of the newest sub 30 runners.
Yep.
That's going to be a spicy run you don't want to miss.
For sure. So that'll be right here in just over 2 hours.
Yep. All right. Any last words before I wrap this up?
No, other than just, GG. Thanks for the races. I had a lot of fun. And thank you, Dr. Blue and John, for commentating.
Thanks,
ZSR
runners.
as well. Thank y'all.
Yeah, and thanks to ZSR for accommodating the scheduling snafu as well. So
No worries.
So glad we got this restream together and got to see you, because it's always a pleasure to have you both in the community. And GG's.
Yeah, GG. Good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
And yeah, thanks to everybody who put this on. I know the admin team, including John and Yumi and Jess, and everyone's doing a great job of running this tournament. It's been seamless, and even though there have been a lot of hiccups, none of the hiccups have come from the admin team. It's been a really impressive performance by y'all. So thanks for putting it on.
Thank you.
And shout outs to Grayscale Patra.
Yep, we appreciated all the swag you were putting into these races.
Look, all I wanted was Grayscale Patra. That's all I could ask for.
I think we have a Zelda 2 randomizer going on another ZSR channel, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Yes, we are. We're going to be rating them as soon as I shut this down.
Cool.
That should be fun to watch.
Heck yeah.
All right, GG's y'all, and GG's work.
GG.
Yep, fun doing commentary with you again, John.
As always.
Alright, and with that, we're going to go and sign off here. Please follow the runners, Iceblue and ImprobableSpork, as well as the commentators, John Tabin and Dr. Blue. I put their things in the chat. As mentioned, coming up in 2 hours, we have another Battle for Hyrule Zelda 1 tournament match between Rooslugs and Endy Endy. Hope to see you all there. And with that, we're going to sign off here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful time, and have a fantastic rest of your night. Bye!